Get creative with your macrame by learning new knots and knot patterns. And in this video, I have the perfect intricate heart knot pattern just for you. Hey everyone, it's Nicole here and welcome to Bochiknot Macrame. In this video, I will be going over another heart-shaped knot pattern. And what makes this a little bit more different than the previous ones we've released is that it is slightly wider and a little bit more intricate. By adding another strand of cord to widen the width of the knot pattern, you have 2 extra vertical cords to work with to create a new knot pattern. And so if there are times when you are feeling stuck with a knot pattern and you're not sure what to do, add another strand of cord and it might give you new ideas. This is what I did for this particular knot pattern. I added another strand of cord and created a wider heart-shaped knot pattern, perfect for those projects where you want something a little bit wider, such as bag straps, plant hangers, and those macrame wall hanging layers. If you guys like videos like this, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and click that subscribe button so that you're up to date on our latest releases. And without further ado, let's jump right in. So before we dive into the pattern, I just want to quickly go over the cord I'll be using for this demonstration. This is a 3mm single strand bamboo cord. You can see the main difference between bamboo and cotton is that there's a nice shiny sheen to it. This is probably the softest macrame cord there is, and it's super easy to knot with and it's so comfortable on your hands. I'll be using this cord for this demonstration. If you're interested in the cord details, I'll link it in the description below. To begin this knot pattern demonstration, you will need 6 strands of cord at about 250 centimeters long, and I folded each cord in half and attached it onto a dowel with lark's head knots. So to begin, we are going to work on one side first, and then we're going to repeat the same pattern on the other side and then connect them together at the bottom. So I'm going to start on the left side first. I am going to take that far left cord as an anchor cord for a row of 5 double half hitch knots to the right, and we're going to make it slightly diagonally. So take the next cord to the right, make a double half hitch knot. The anchor cord, we're just going to angle it like that. That's where we're going to go with our row of double half hitch knots. Take that working cord again, finish off the second half hitch knot to complete the first double half hitch knot. So we have 1 double half hitch knot complete, and then we're going to make 4 more. You can see I was doing it throughout, but with every few double half hitch knots, I would squeeze the knots together, and I'm just going to do that once to push the knots together so that it's nice and tight, and it also makes the row of knots look a little bit more neat as well. Now to finish off the left side, we're going to take the far left cord again, and we're just going to make 4 double half hitch knots to the right underneath. So now that the 2 diagonal rows of double half hitch knots are complete, we're now going to work on the left side. And what we're going to do is with the far left 2 cords, we're going to make a diagonal double half hitch knot to the left. So we're using the second cord from the left as an anchor cord for a double half hitch knot. Then take the next cord down. We're going to make another diagonal double half hitch knot to the left. Okay, so basically what we have here is the top of a diamond, but it's shaped a little different because we have a longer row of double half hitch knots up here. So now we're going to start closing it off underneath in the opposite direction. So I'm going to start with the left side first. Take that inner anchor cord. We're going to make it to the right now this time. So take the same working cord. We're going to make a diagonal double half hitch knot to the right now. And then take the outer anchor cord and then the next cord to the right as a working cord for a double half hitch knot to the right. There might be a little bit of space there, and you just have to shift the knots together to get rid of that space. So now that we've done that on the left side, same thing on the right side. So inner anchor cord, angle it to the left now. Make a double half hitch knot to the left. And then take the outer anchor cord. Make a double half hitch knot to the left as well. Shift the knots together to get rid of the gaps. And then now we're going to make, because there's that long row of double half hitch knots up there, we're going to close it off the same way. So we're going to close it off this way. So what we're going to do is taking that inner anchor cord, make a row of 3 double half hitch knots to the right. So start off with 1 double half hitch knots, and then we're going to make 2 more after that. Try to keep it so that you have minimal space in between the knots. So keep on shifting the knots together. And then with that outer anchor cord, we're now going to make a row of 3 double half hitch knots to the right again. So we're not going to include this one, but we're going to include the bottom 3 double half hitch knots to the right. Shift the knots together, and then this is what the pattern looks like on the left side. So now the left side's done. We're now going to repeat the same thing on the right side, mirroring what we just did on the left. So to begin, take that far right cord as an anchor cord, and we're just going to make a row of slight diagonal double half hitch knots to the left. Okay, now that the row of diagonal double half hitch knots to the left is made, we're now going to start our second row of double half hitch knots, and this time we're going to make 4 diagonal double half hitch knots to the left. Okay, now that we have completed our second row, we're now going to work on the far right side. So starting with the far right 2 cords, take the second cord from the right as the anchor cord for a double half hitch knot to the right. Take the next cord down. We're going to make 2 double half hitch knots to the right now. Then we're going to take the next cord down and make another 1 double half hitch knot to the right. Okay, tighten it. So now the top half of the pattern is complete. To finish the bottom half, we're going to start closing in, so just making the same thing but on the opposite sides. So starting from the right side, inner right anchor cord, make a double half hitch knot to the left. Then use that working cord. We're going to make a double half hitch knot onto the outer anchor cord. Make sure you tighten the first half hitch knot before you tighten the second one so that they're both nice and tight. Then now push them together so that they're nice and neat. Then the same thing on the left side. So we're going to make a double half hitch knot to the right, then use the same working cord, make another double half hitch knot to the right with the outer anchor cord. Okay, then taking that inner right cord, make a diagonal double half hitch knot to the left. Then make 2 more double half hitch knots to the left. And then, last but not least, take the far right anchor cord and make 3 double half hitch knots to the left. Okay, now that both sides are complete, just gonna push them together again. This is what the pattern looks like. You have what looks like a heart-shaped pattern right there. Now to close out the bottom, we're gonna close off the top row first. So take the middle 2 cords. We're going to make a diagonal double half hitch knot to the left. And then with those cords, we're going to bring it underneath the anchor cords at the bottom. We're going to use those cords from the top and make a double half hitch knot on both sides towards the middle. And then we're going to close off with one more double half hitch knot in the middle. Okay, so the first section of the pattern is now complete, and now we're just going to repeat the same pattern a few more times underneath, and then what you're going to do is repeat this pattern underneath for as many times as you want to get to your desired length. I'm going to repeat this a few more times to show you what that will look like. It's the same pattern, so you start from the left side, make that row of double half hitch knots, make another row of double half hitch knots, repeat the same thing on the right side. So I'm going to show you after I've made this a few more times. This is after 2 consecutive patterns, and I'm going to make another one underneath. Okay, here is the pattern once you have repeated it 4 times. It's a very intricate design. You can see there's so many double half hitch knots. But you can see here that this is a unique way of making a heart-shaped pattern that's built inside this knot pattern that you can use in your macrame projects. And there you have it, another heart knot pattern completed. And I hope that by sharing with you guys the varying techniques and knot patterns, you guys are able to take bits and pieces of those and incorporate them into your projects, as well as creating new ones. If you guys enjoy learning about intricate knot patterns and you want to expand your skill set further, we do go over this in more detail over on the Bochiknot Macrame community on Patreon. For more details, head on over to patreon.com/Bochiknot. We have a lot of fun new projects coming soon. Make sure you guys stay tuned for more. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.